Let's turn it over to our ring announcer one final time for the official introductions.
As soon as Bruce Springsteen is done blessing us with the awesome coming out of his mouth.
This is your Combat Zone 63 main event of the evening. Scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds in the 135-pound bantamweight division. This bout is proudly sponsored by McMulkin Cadillac of Nashua, New Hampshire. And your referee in charge of the action, once again, Mr. Kevin MacDonald. And now, introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He's wearing white and enters the cage with a record of 3 victories and 3 defeats. Representing Sinyan Tong and Triumph, please welcome Jay Perrin.
Looks a little bit like Corey Feldman.
And his opponent, across the cage, fighting out of the red corner, wearing red with black, and entering the cage with 1 win and 1 defeat.
Can't do it.
Representing Gate City, please welcome Chris Caterino.
Perrin's got a look on his face that's like, don't be clapping for that fool.
This was a pretty passionate weigh-in face-off, too.
Yeah.
I don't know what was said. Perrin appeared to be talking a lot of shit.
No.
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 No. Probably
Well,
rap
here we go,
lyrics.
guys.
Well,
Both fighters in the center of the ring.
They're about to settle it now.
Right? It's a great thing. We can fight about it.
Fighters pawing at each other, trying to find their range right now.
I like the use of the word paw.
Perrin looks poised and confident about what he's doing.
Oh,
Good-
that was a nice leg kick.
Good leg kick, good hip rotation. There was some power in that. Good head movement. Chris seems to be the smaller of the two fighters as far as musculature goes, but he definitely has a little bit of a reach advantage.
And you can tell he's already trying to use it. But as soon as Jay gets in there, he's got a flurry of punches.
Yeah, Jay's doing well putting combinations together. It's difficult for Chris to fight stepping backwards. I think Chris would be wise to throw some kicks, use that distance.
Jay's legs are vulnerable right now.
There
Right
it is,
there.
right there.
It's
'cause
like
he's
he
so low
heard
in
you.
stance, eh?
It's and a good one in return. It's almost as if the fighters were listening to me.
Amazing. What do you want? You wanna?
Ready?
Oh, that was creepy.
That-
We just
well,
had a creepy moment.
That was like an
Yeah.
80s thing. Yeah.
Was that like Pauly Shore?
Oh, a
Yeah.
couple of great
Who's it, a
shots
Pauly Shore?
by Jay.
Both fighters still poised, both in the center of the cage. And overhand right by Jay Perrin that just missed hitting flush.
Jay's really come a long way.
That jab certainly landed, and it had a little bit of a hook at the end of it.
Now you're hitting your mic.
I'm sorry. I
Jeez.
got excited. Jay threw a punch, and I tried to block it.
Pretty soon you'll be coaching into the mic.
He's got to find a home for that overhand right, figure out a way
Yeah.
to set it up a little
It's
bit
like
better.
he's almost a little bit too side-facing when he comes in with the left side forward because he's so jab-centric. There he goes.
So now that both fighters have established some leg kicks, it would be prudent if one of them were to move some kicks to the body.
He's really coming. See how his stance is very sideways. Jay's is.
Yeah, it's almost a sport karate stance.
Yeah, which is making it difficult for him to land that right hand.
Some redness on the face of Chris. It looks like a couple of punches might have landed right on the nose.
Yeah, he's got a little bloody nose.
That right hand hit. Good combination by Chris.
You know, and they're taking their time more because these are 5-minute rounds. So they definitely have to have their cardio up, and they're both taking their time choosing their shots. They're not overexerting themselves too early in this fight.
I'm not sure these are 5-minute rounds unless it's a title
It's
match,
5
right?
minutes. It's always
Is it?
5 minutes. It's 5 rounds if it's.
5 rounds, gotcha.
Yeah, we're already over the
He's
3-minute
showing you
mark.
the timer that he set on his phone as proof that it's a 5-minute round. I'm not sure how that is proof, but
Because I started it when they started.
I set this timer. Oh, okay.
That's
going
why.
backwards.
I'm just going to point at shit on my phone and try to prove my points.
Yeah. Yeah. See my phone says?
So that's why Trump's making America great again. See that?
Nah.
Jay doing a good job establishing some ground dominance here. Looks like he's going to try to pass to. He's in a half guard now. We'll see if he can pass either full mount or complete side mount. Or as we say in catch wrestling, crossbody.
It's a crossbar.
Wow, nice kick out by Chris.
It was an attempted sweep. We call it the idiot sweep. Because when you get hit with it, you feel like an idiot.
Is that cut on Chris's right forearm there? Is that something new?
Is it a cut on his forearm or is it blood from his face?
I don't
Might
know.
be blood from his face.
It almost looks like a rug burn.
His nose is starting to drip pretty good. Good head control by Jay Perrin. He's using his head as a third arm, keeping it inside the pocket so that he can press Chris up against the fence with.
Final 15 seconds of the first round.
I don't do that because it messes up my hair.
We know. You've been struggling all night with the earphones. All right.
And there's a takedown for Jay. Good elbow for Jay.
I think that might have secured this round for Jay.
I think you are correct here.
Quick point at the end right there for Jay. But you know what? So how do you guys feel about the first round as a whole?
So I think Jay Perrin has come out as the heavier hitter. I think Chris has put together some better combinations, but I think the takedowns have solidified Jay's win in this round.
I'm trying to see what's going on. Is that a cut on Jay's head? And how bad is it?
I don't know if that's a cut or if that's from Chris's nose dripping.
Right, because at the end he was putting his head right into his face.
Right.
So.
That could be.
If
it is a cut, it's not in a good spot.
He's
right
touching it very lightly. It could be a cut.
It is a cut. It is a cut. You are right. It's
right on.
it's
Okay,
on
why did I notice that before the cornerman did? I'm going to have a talk with him.
Right. Right in the corner of his left eye. That's in a
bad spot.
bad place.
Yeah, especially with only one round down. You don't want to have that kind of injury.
He's still fairly young to have a scar like that. I think he's probably 22, 23.
I don't remember 22 or 23.
I don't either.
It's an awful lot of Vaseline that they put there. That when the sweat comes, that Vaseline can drip into the eye and give.
That's a very scary dance he's doing there.
All right, here we
Oh,
go.
you shimmy this at me frantically. I don't know if I want to fight him no more.
I like to shimmy. Pat Benatar style.
Pat Benatar style. Should we belong to the night?
Good jab. If Jay was smart, I think he would try to solidify the victory early because that cut is in a bad place.
Underhook now. Elbow him again to get that hand up. Elbow him again. Underhook on this side. Underhook on this side. Knee the head. Knee the head.
I feel like our microphones are picking this guy up.
I need the other underhook.
Yeah,
The
right.
corner needs the underhook. You guys can't hear that.
His voice is surprisingly light, as if he might be a Shire folk.
I'd like to see you back on your feet here.
So you think we've got a hobbit? We got a hobbit cornering.
You're gonna have to move.
I can actually see this cut now. Jay's face is just pressed up against the cage really nicely.
He's achieved full mount. Now he's got the back. This fight is over.
Yep.
There it is.
Rear naked choke by Jay
You know
Perrin.
what? Absolutely brilliant.
Maybe
You
he has
called it.
done some
You
jiu-jitsu.
called it because you knew that cut was bad. It could have hurt him in the long run. He knew he had to end this fight as quick as possible, and that's exactly what he did.
And now he is on the fence getting lots of street cred. Lots of street cred.
Lots of it.
Well, I can't tell you how much of a pleasure it was. I have seen and known Peggy off and on for quite some time, but never had the pleasure of her company and insight into the way her mind works in MMA. Quite brilliant.
Yeah, no, it's just been fun.
Yeah,
It's
the
been a good
cat, the
time.
cat thing throws me off, but you know, it is what it is.
She is a strange cat person.
That was actually suggested to me by the powers that be when I took this gig. Well, you can just ask everybody about their cats.
No, I think that bubbled out of your mind.
It appealed to me. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna ask them all about their cats.
Well, before we sign off, let's get the final announcement from John Vina about this final match of the night.
Mike, you have any shows coming up?
Oh yeah.
Now would be a good time to plug it before the announcement.
Actually, you know what's funny? I'm going to be right here in town next Saturday night, October 7th at Chunky's in Manchester, doing some stand-up comedy.
I am not the professional stand-up that Mike is, but he's a very funny guy, and I recommend you go out and see him.
I guess.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the time. 1
guess.
minute and 18 seconds of round number 2. Referee Kevin MacDonald stops his contest. The winner by tap out from a rear naked choke.
Just show that I know him.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for Combat Zone 63. It was a great night of fights, guys. Thank you so much for being here.
Good job.
Everyone's coming in. So I'm Mike Atrobus for myself, Troy Pickering, and Peggy. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here. We'll see you next month. Almost 2 months from now.
Someday.
November 18th
Get it
here
straight.
at the Radisson in Manchester, New Hampshire for Combat Zone 64. Thanks for tuning in. We'll check you out next time. Good night.